Dr. Seuss by Dana Meachen Rowell. Have you ever heard of the Sneetches or the Grinch? They are just a few of the funny characters in books by Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss's real name was Theodore Seuss Geisel. He was born on March 2nd, 1904, in Springfield, Massachusetts. His parents called him Ted. Ted had a big imagination. He liked to tell stories and draw pictures of silly animals. When Ted grew up, he went to Dartmouth College in New Hampshire. He wrote for the school's magazine and newspaper. After college, he drew cartoons for magazines. He changed his name to Dr. Seuss so he would seem more important. One of his jobs was to draw cartoons of bugs for a bug spray called Flit. In 1936, Dr. Seuss wrote his first book while on a ship. He wrote a story to go with the rhythm of the ship's engine. He used a lot of rhyming words. The story was called "And to Think That I Saw It on Millbury Street." In the 1950s, some people thought many children's books were boring. They wanted better books to teach children how to read. Dr. Seuss wrote The Cat in the Hat. This story changed the way people wrote books for children. Children liked reading about the silly cat, so Dr. Seuss wrote another book. It was called The Cat in the Hat Comes Back. Soon, there were Cat in the Hat toys and lunch boxes. A Cat in the Hat balloon even floated in a parade. Dr. Seuss wrote many more stories. One of them was Green Eggs and Ham. He wrote it using only 50 different words. Dr. Seuss was never afraid to be silly. He made up words such as oobleck and gluppity glup. He also made up animals and people such as barbaloots, toodlebeetles, and zooks. Dr. Seuss's books talked about important things too. The Lorax is about protecting plants and animals. Horton Hears a Who is about caring for all types of people. When Dr. Seuss grew older, he even wrote a book for adults. It was called You're Only Old Once. It was his last book. Dr. Seuss died on September 24, 1991 in La Jolla, California. He was 87 years old. Many children love books by Dr. Seuss. His books show us how fun reading can be. Which Dr. Seuss book is your favorite?